Before the video starts, really quickly, I have to apologize for the focus in this video. My camera messed up severely. We'll do better next time. Now enjoy the video. In Western pop culture, we have a lot of famous couples that people always like to talk about and follow. Jay-Z and Beyonce, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, whatever, right? And this is something that we're all pretty much used to at this point. However, in my home country of Russia, the situation is a bit different because in Russian pop culture now, famous couples consist of war propaganda singers and also members of the Russian government that are actively trying to censor everything in Russia. We are once again going to be taking a look at the wonderful life of the Russian war propaganda singer Shaman, known for his legendary song Ya Ruski, and talk about his new public stunt that involves a relationship with Ekaterina Mizulina, who I can really only describe as the Russian propaganda Barbie. Girl boss, okay?
Официально заявляю, мы пара, мы встречаемся, и мы вместе.
So yes guys, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian, and in today's video, we're gonna be once again taking a look at what is happening in Russian show business and going absolutely insane. Now just for little context, if you followed my channel or if you followed Russian propaganda lore, you've probably already heard of the Russian singer Shaman. Shaman, real name Yaroslav Dronov, is a relatively young 33-year-old singer from Russia who, essentially originally he appeared on a bunch of Russian talent shows on TV, and then in 2022, right after the start of the war in Ukraine, Shaman suddenly had a huge rebrand, became like Russia's main patriotic singer, and essentially with the support of the Russian government and Russian TV, released a bunch of songs that were super pro-Russian and patriotic and supporting the war in Ukraine. For example, of course, his legendary hit for the ages that we're all going to remember, the legendary song Я русский.
Такой, какой есть, и меня не сломать, и все потому что я русский.
The song was basically absolutely insane, a complete laughingstock for anybody that is actually sane, but for Russian patriots, Z-patriots that is, who love Vladimir Putin, they thought this was like the best song of all time. And it actually became a sort of a new anthem of supporting Russia in their special military operation, and since then, Shaman has basically become a darling of the Russian propaganda, the Russian government. He's constantly invited to governmental events, he performed on stage with Vladimir Putin and so on. And overall, because of how he looks and because of his cringy act, he kinda became a massive meme in Russia and beyond. And now guys, Shaman's life has taken quite an unexpected turn because Shaman is actually now recently divorced. Yes, all the ladies watching this video, I know you're already getting way too excited, everybody loves them some Shaman. Shaman just got divorced with his wife, who actually was a producer who kind of created his whole career and launched it. So yes, technically Shaman is single now, but don't you ladies get too excited because he actually has a new girlfriend. And that girlfriend is Ekaterina Mizulina, a Russian public figure and a politician who is extremely Z, pushes for insane censorship in Russia.
С 1 марта 2024 года все VPN-сервисы будут заблокированы. Скажите, пожалуйста, правдива ли эта информация?
Да.
And she's also somehow beloved by the Russian youth.
Конечно.
And basically, yes. Shaman and Ekaterina Mizulina are currently touring around Russia, showing off themselves, publicly announcing that they're now in a relationship, and essentially they're doing this as a massive publicity stunt, and everybody is talking about it, and the young people of Russia are essentially shipping them, and they're very excited that the two came together. Alright, so you guys probably want to know more about Shaman's new girlfriend and what she's all about. Basically, to put it short, Ekaterina Mizulina is a Russian government Nepo baby. Ekaterina is actually the daughter of Yelena Mizulina, another Russian politician and a member of the Russian government for decades now. And if you guys want to know something about her mom, Yelena, she's a terrible person, she's universally hated by pretty much everybody. She actually originally started out in opposition to Vladimir Putin in politics and then quickly switched sides when she realized that Putin is winning. And since then, she's been the most traditional conservative Z person of all time. She's against abortion, against gay people, she's against Ukraine, of course, she's against free speech, against the right to protest, and she's actually signed and has been instrumental in creating a lot of censorship laws in Russia. And she's also super corrupt. Ekaterina Mizulina is her daughter that is essentially simply continuing the great work of her mother and is pretty much doing the exact same things. So yes, by the way, if you guys ever expected Russia to get better because of the new generation that's gonna be like free and pro-Western or whatever, no. Because the old generation has created a new generation that is gonna rule Russia now. Literally, their children are gonna rule Russia and continue the same Soviet bullshit for the next 100 years. Incredible, I love it. Anyway, Ekaterina Mizulina, she's also a member of the Russian government, obviously, of course, super pro-Z, anti-Ukraine, super conservative, super traditional. She actually initially got infamous in Russia as a creator of a non-governmental organization known as the League of Safe Internet that claims that their goal is to defend children and, you know, not allow them to see bad content on the internet, but actually what they do is that they just censor anti-governmental, like anti-traditionalist voices or whatever. They basically snitch on people for a living, and even though this is a non-governmental organization, they actually do have influence on the government, and people do get cancelled or go to jail as a result of this organization working. Obviously, because Ekaterina Mizulina is a Russian government Nepo baby. What's funny is that at the start of the war, Ekaterina Mizulina was barely popular, nobody even knew her, but then she actually started appearing more and more in different conflicts, trying to call out rappers and like famous people in Russia. She actually like attacked young SoundCloud Russian rappers for promoting drug and like hookup culture in their music or whatever, and a lot of these artists actually had to go essentially to bow down in front of Mizulina and take photos with her and, you know, actually give a speech about how from now on we actually are going to be, you know, traditional. We're not gonna swear in songs, we're not gonna reference drugs or anything. Our SoundCloud rap is going to be very traditional and Russian, and a lot of these rappers are actually now removing shit from their songs and it's unlistenable. She also became very present online, started doing a lot of videos and live streams on her Telegram channel. A lot of viral meme clips came out of it.
Какую музыку вы слушаете? Да слушаю я Шамана и гимн России, больше ничего не слушаю. Почему вы занимаетесь этой деятельностью? Да Бог так решил.
These clips essentially went super viral because of just how weird she acts. The way she speaks and her inflections and everything is super weird. She's actually like a robot. It's weird as fuck. And also, she's actually gone on tour around Russia, touring around schools, talking to kids about how important it is to defend the internet, you know, with traditional values or whatever.
У меня такой вопрос. Вы здесь по своей воле или вас согнали? По своей.
And actually, on several different occasions, students in Russia, school students or pupils, got in trouble with the law for even trying to debate or like challenge her opinions during these tours.
Я задал вопрос, как долго вы сможете продолжать эту деятельность, потому что она является цензурой и запрещена Конституцией Российской Федерации.
Ты высказался, вот товарищ высказался, все открыто. Ты что, правда видишь сейчас в зале цензуру?
And long story short, guys, now 3 years into the war, she's become a massive celebrity in Russia that for some reason, like young Zoomers and Gen Alpha kids who sit around on TikTok idolize. They think she's like hot, cute, funny. They are standing her, they think she's like the queen or whatever. Even though, once again, this is a person literally destroying Russian people's freedoms and who is just a corrupt bloodsucker in the decaying body of Russia, but children absolutely love her, so yes. This is the level, this is the reality where we're in now. Enjoy, guys. So initially how Shaman and Mizulina actually kind of soft launched this whole thing, should I say, is that back when Shaman was still married to his wife, now ex-wife, they released a few strange videos like these.
Угадайте, кто меня провожает из Сочи в Москву?
God, she's such a dumb fuck. Her face is so fucking dumb. I hate her so much. This, oh my god. Anyway, back to programming.
Всем привет.
So yeah, that was a good example, like them casually meeting in an airport, running into each other and recording it. There was way more of this, like this right here, for example. Okay, so they're singing his song, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, that might have been actually newer, but who gives a fuck? Basically, long story short, they posted a bunch of videos together, a bunch of photos together, kind of alluding to the fact that they're friends and that they, are, constantly meeting each other randomly or whatever. And this was all done kind of to make people ship them. And it actually worked. There's like thousands of little children in Russia right now who are like, oh my god, I wish Mizulina and Shaman actually get together. Like, this is fucking insane. And now guys, since Shaman has divorced his wife, which is very traditional and based by the way, him and Mizulina have now officially announced that they're dating.
Думаю, настало время. Все гадали, что же между нами. Официально заявляю при всех. Мы пара, мы встречаемся, и мы вместе. Катерина, что ты на это скажешь? Она сказала «Да!»
I want to actually take my own life. This is the worst thing I think I've ever fucking seen. This is like, why? Why do we need this? What is this? Here they are making out in front of a bunch of children, you know, which is, you know, based in traditional once again, I guess. And what's worse, guys, is that this is not the only video that they've released. They keep on doing it. This is just bad for everybody, man. This is just... Bro, what's up with his look, man? He looks like his aura and his like fit and his swag is zero. What the fuck is this, bro? He looks like Beavis and Butthead.
Мы впервые видим вас вместе. Наконец-то вы вышли именно на каком-то мероприятии, на пресс-волл. Вообще непосредственно роль каждого из вас в воспитании современной молодежи. В чем заключается?
Like, guys, do I even need to comment on this? This is the reality of Russia. Oh my god, these are the people that are worth asking what the youth should do. These are the people that Russians want to listen to, okay? This country is fucking doomed. Fuck it, it's dead. It's gone. I don't give a fuck. So yes, guys, you basically get what's going on, and my question is to all of this is, first of all, right? Is this traditional and conservative and stuff? I mean, Shaman had a wife who like created his career and who nurtured him kind of, and he was her project, right? I would think that in Russia, a country that is currently against abortions, against being child-free, you'd think that maybe adultery and cheating on your wife would be considered like bad. But apparently not. And I mean, Vladimir Putin himself is known to be a divorcee. He actually publicly divorced his wife in front of Russia in order to have sex with a Olympic gymnast, Alina Kabayeva, who he had sex with anyway. By the way, he met her when she was like 17 and he was like 40. What the fuck are we talking about here? None of these people are traditional or conservative in any way. Vladimir Putin has like bastard children that he doesn't let Russia know about. And now this right here. A fake relationship between a war propaganda singer and a Russian censorship Barbie coming together after a divorce that is the epitome of being traditional based and conservative and teaching the Russian youth the correct family values, right? I guess, I don't know. But really my question is, why are they doing this? And I think, to me it just looks like they are trying to once again continue being kind of hip with the youth and becoming a meme and kind of playing into the bit. That's essentially what they're doing here. They're giving the Russian people, the Russian children, what they want. Because there is a bunch of 12-year-olds right now that want these two to be together. And for Mizulina, you know, it's just more PR, and for Shaman also it's more PR, especially after, you know, the recent fall-off he's kinda had. I've actually talked about this on my channel too, but recently he's been in a bit of trouble. Like, for example, some Shaman concerts were getting cancelled because there were not enough bookings. And also Shaman got in trouble with the government of the Orenburg Oblast, where they had a massive flood and the government wanted to invite Shaman to perform or whatever. And people there got pretty mad because the people who actually survived the flood got absolute fuck all from the government while, you know, there's this guy coming here performing for tons of money. So he actually was forced to return the money that he was paid to the government. And overall, a lot of the Z community thinks that Shaman is basically a weirdo, right? They see that he's a sellout, that he's not really in it. So Shaman has kind of had a falling out with the Z community, you know. A lot of old grandmas still love him. Old Russian babushkas are like his main target demographic, actually. But right now, he's actually trying to become hip with the youth, once again, so that kids on TikTok would be worshipping and standing and following Shaman and Ekaterina Mizulina. Oh, and also on top of all of that, there's a bunch of rumors out there actually that Shaman might be a homosexual, which, you know, I just have no idea what they would think that. But no, really, in the Russian show business, and a lot of Russian singers that actually closeted homosexuals, that actually do speak out against gay rights all the time. This is just how Russia works. So if Shaman was a homosexual in private, I would not be surprised, really. I mean, the way Ekaterina Mizulina and Shaman look together kind of suggests that, you know, it just doesn't look very real. So who knows, right? But the point that I'm essentially trying to make here is that the moral decay of Russia at this point is absolutely incredible to witness, because this right here, these are the heroes of our time, right? These are the people that are popular, that kids like and care about. Kids look up to these people, right? And once again, guys, right now this is the reality of Russia. The most talked about and discussed couple in a Russian public eye is a couple comprised of, one, a singer that is extremely corny, that has been created as a puppet in a project of the Russian government that is just spread in propaganda, and two, a person who is literally a nepo baby who is continuing the occupation of Russia by these insane Putinist forces, right? And is going to continue to poison the minds of the youth with this, you know, anti-traditional based mindset or whatever, right? So it's just sad to me, right? I mean, I'm not saying that in the West, right, all these couples are in particular comprised of genius people or something. Like, you know, the Kardashians, for example. They are famous, but they add nothing to humanity. In Russia, that has always been the case, right? We had, like, terrible celebrity romances, fake romances, like Ksenia Sobchak and Timothy, for example. But this right here, I feel like, is just a new low. Because when you essentially have Joseph Goebbels hanging out with fucking, I don't even know who to compare her to, Thatcher, and these are the people that are worshipped by Russian children, I think we might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah guys, what can I say? It is absolutely incredible to continue to see Shaman and his incredible Z journey in Russian show business. Absolutely sad, absolutely embarrassing, but honestly, that is just something that I'm used to feeling as a Russian at this point. It's been nothing but 3 years of sadness and embarrassment. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, then please make sure to smash that like button in this video, and also, if you guys want to support me additionally, and that is financially, go over to link down in the description, support me or buy me a coffee or become a YouTube channel sponsor. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.